Is this the last book? Welcome to the first book club with your favorite author, Alex Fox. Today we'll be answering the questions that are most on top of your mind. And I've chosen 3 of the questions that I've gotten in my inbox over the past few months. Okay, the first one is from Mary H. in Cork, Ireland. It's beautiful. A friend of mine actually rented a cottage in Ireland this summer, and I was so tempted to join her. Anyway, c'est la vie. Raven Eye can't really be the end, can it? Tell us the truth. Why are you stopping now? And is this truly the last book? That's a really good question. And the answer is the first being yes, because it is the end of Rebel's story as you know it. And if you've been reading the books from the beginning, from Rebel Magic all the way to the most recent book, Iron Rebel, you'll see what a massive evolution and transformation this character has gone through. So it feels like a really good time to start winding her story down, because she's really managed to get from a really dark and difficult place in her life, and she's kind of attained a lot of the goals that she had set out for herself at the beginning. So I think it's a natural evolution to kind of wrap up Rebel's side of the story. But the good news is that I have several other things planned that you'll start to see come out in Raven Eye, which will be the last book in her series, for now anyway. You'll definitely still see her from time to time, but it'll be from a slightly different lens. So I think you'll like what I have planned, what I have coming. Okay, the next question from Lars M. in Copenhagen. When I read Rebel, I can see your love of Anne Rice. All hail the Queen. Your character is also similar to Jane Yellowrock. Yes, she is. And maybe even Alona Andrews. That's a big compliment. I quite like Alona Andrews. Who or what has most shaped Rebel's voice and identity? So you're absolutely right in that Anne Rice, for me, was kind of my first entrance into the genre we now call urban fantasy. And what I loved about it was her take on magic existing among us in the modern world. It made it seem like ordinary life could be so much more interesting if you could just somehow see between the seams. And so I created Rebel with the intention of making her a very relatable character. And I definitely pulled the New Orleans vibe and New Orleans atmosphere from Anne Rice, because she really helped me to visualize and later fall in love with the city. And then the reference to Jane Yellowrock is absolutely accurate. And then I was reading that series and I felt it was so interesting because it was mirroring some of the things that I was learning about my own family's culture. I was really interested in applying some of the things that I've been learning about the Cherokee Nation into fiction format. So it sort of transitioned from real life to Rebel that way. And Jane Yellowrock was the original series that kind of helped me to kind of go, oh, I could apply some of my knowledge here and some of my learnings here. So that was the intention. I wanted her to feel familiar, and you're kind of each book tuning into her latest misadventure. So while she has been an absolutely fundamental and important part of my life in the last 3 years, and I hope that she's entertained the hell out of you, because that was the goal, I hope that you can see some exciting things that I have planned built within Raven Eye, because it'll kind of take you into a direction of where I'm headed next with the series. Mississippi. You came out of the gate guns blazing. So many books so quickly. And then there was this long pause. Was it writer's block or something else behind the break? First of all, I don't believe in writer's block. I think that's horseshit. And mainly because there are plenty of times plenty of us don't want to go and do the work, whatever that work is, no matter how much you love it. And writing is like in writing to farming in my instance. I wake up god-awful early, and we're talking like between 4:30 and 5:30 early. And I have for years. Like it's kind of an affliction. I'm like a farmer with no farm. Being able to write in focused amounts of time has been incredibly helpful toward production, but it can wear on you. And usually what I find is that writer's block is like any excuse that we would give ourselves for not wanting to do something that we know we need to do or can do. For whatever reason you're procrastinating. And I think that it's a cop-out. The truth is, I was busy with life. I had illness in the family and just a few things going on. And I think that because I'd been producing so many books so quickly for Rebel, it was starting to feel more like a job than it was feeling like a joy. And having a little bit of time away from it really helped me to enjoy the process again and enjoy writing her again. So I hope you've been enjoying the fruits of my labor with Iron Rebel, because that was actually the longest book in her series to date. And Raven Eye is still coming together nicely. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this first installment of our book club. If you have any questions, feel free to send us a note at hello@alexfox.shop. Thank you.